My father is a white tiger. My mother is a white tiger too, but I came out a Siberian tiger. My father was so furious, he fought my mother for 5 days and 5 nights, then beat every baboon in the area for 7 more, and still found no answer. In a rage, he took everything we owned and never came back. My mother threw me away without a second thought. I never expected to be reborn into the body of a tiger cub, born into chaos from day one. Too small to hunt, I spent my days trailing other predators, scraping up whatever scraps they left behind. Slowly, I grew. I look at this powerful body of mine, and I feel nothing. My own roar sounds like the cruelest kind of crying. Every moment is agony. Today, I finally reach my limit. I run to the edge of a cliff, ready to end it all. And then, a white tiger appears nearby, and everything changes. I had thought about finding a companion before, but something always held me back. But this white tiger, she feels different. Her coat is crisp and striking, white as fresh snow, her snarling face carrying a raw, untamed beauty. Those tiger eyes are cold and noble, warning anyone who looks, do not dare. She moves like a queen who answers to no one. Even with my very human taste in beauty, I cannot stop my instincts from surging. And just like that, a plan forms in my head. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I straighten up and stride toward her with all the confidence I can fake, but my approach puts her on full alert. I try a low rumble to show I mean no harm, when a sharp mechanical chime rings in my head. Ding! Beast evolution system activated, life-threatening crisis detected, starter pack has been delivered. Before I can even process that, she takes my greeting as a challenge and drives her claws straight at my face. I dodge on pure instinct, and my past life muscle memory as a fighting champion kicks in instantly. Her attack is fierce, but I see openings everywhere. I use her momentum against her, and send her flying with a clean shoulder throw. I pin her down. System prompt combat mastery activated. She thrashes wildly beneath me, eyes blazing with fury and humiliation. I am about to let her go and explain, when a deafening roar tears through the forest. A black bear nearly 3 meters tall comes crashing out of the trees. Its eyes glow with an eerie red light. Every muscle on its body is twisted and bulging. A mutant beast. Snowbell's pupils shrink. Her whole body goes rigid. The bear's paw comes swinging down, and without thinking I shove her out of the way and take the full hit myself. Pain explodes through my body. At least 3 ribs crack. System quest issued: defeat the mutant black bear. Reward: critical claw. I grin. Beat the odds. That is my specialty. The bear's raw power is staggering, but it is slow. I circle the terrain, hunting for its weak spot. Finally, when it lunges and misses again, I activate critical claw and drive it full force into the bear's throat. The bear crashes down. So do I, completely spent. Snowbell slowly walks toward me, watching me with an unreadable expression, that proud look of hers cracking for the first time. In the distance, a chorus of tiger roars rings out. The White Tiger Clan patrol has arrived. The lead tiger fixes me with a killing glare. They surround me completely, demanding to know if I hurt Snowbell. She steps in front of me and insists I saved her life. The patrol hesitates, then takes me away anyway. Along the way, system prompts keep firing. High concentration of White Tiger Clan bloodline detected. Daily check-in available. Reward: Sovereign Aura Fragment. That gets my attention. Maybe staying here is not such a bad idea. The White Tiger Clan's territory is far grander than I imagined. Dozens of white tigers gather in the main square. The moment I appear, every eye locks on me, dripping with contempt and disgust. A massive white tiger descends from the high platform, coat like frost, gaze like iron. System prompt: Frostking, chieftain of the White Tiger Clan, Peak Beast King. Frostking takes one look at my mixed color coat and erupts in fury. Snowbell brought a mutt into our territory. An insult to our bloodline. Snowbell lowers her head and explains that I saved her life. Frostking does not listen. He states coldly that a life debt can be repaid with prey, but he will not let a mutt defile their land. He orders me thrown out on the spot. Then a powerfully built white tiger leaps forward, coat flawlessly pure white, eyes full of arrogance. System prompt: Glacius, prodigy of the White Tiger Clan, pursuer of Snowbell, early Beast King. Glacius insists I cannot simply be let go. I need to be taught the difference between our bloodlines. He circles me slowly, mocking every stripe on my coat, saying I am a disgrace to all tigers. The crowd sneers. My claws dig into the dirt. Glacius steps right up to my face, looks down at me and makes his demand: crawl between his legs. The deepest humiliation a tiger can suffer. Snowbell tries to step in, but Frostking cuts her off. I lift my head and run Eye of Insight over Glacius, every weakness laid bare. With my current strength and combat mastery, I like my odds at 70%. My muscles tense, ready to give this arrogant fool exactly what he deserves. When the system suddenly cuts in, hidden quest triggered: endure the shame, accept the humiliation, survive 3 days, then compete in the clan trial. Reward: bloodline purification serum. Fail, and the system downgrades. I freeze. The serum is the only thing that can change what I am, but crawling under this guy feels worse than death. Glacius sees me hesitate and laughs with satisfaction. Not even a spine. I swallow my rage. Know when to bend. Today's shame will be repaid 100 times over. I slowly lower myself down, ready to crawl under Glacius. Snowbell turns her head away. The moment I am almost through, Glacius slams his paw into my face and sends me rolling across the ground. He laughs wildly. A mutt with no spine at all. The crowd joins in, jeering. I lie there on the ground, and the corner of my mouth curls into a cold smile. System prompt: Quest progress 50%. Player has endured the humiliation. Bonus reward unlocked. Eye of Insight upgraded. Frost King waves his paw and orders me driven to the edge of clan territory. If I am still here after 3 days, I will be killed on sight. I am dumped in a crumbling cave, barely enough shelter to block the wind. That night, Snowbell sneaks in with food and medicine, her eyes full of guilt. I shake my head. My gaze drifts to the brightly lit chieftain's hall in the distance. A new system warning pops up. Glacius is plotting to frame the player. The clan trial in 3 days may be sabotaged. Preparation strongly advised. My eyes go cold. Glacius will not give me a chance to fight back. I have to be ready before he makes his move. The next morning, I am recovering when a commotion erupts outside. Several white tigers storm in and drag me to the square without a word. Frost King stands on the high platform, face dark with fury. At his feet, a few strange fruits are laid out. System prompt, sacred fruit, a holy relic of the White Tiger clan, produced once every 10 years. Glacius steps forward, seething with outrage, accusing me of sneaking into the sacred grounds last night and stealing 3 sacred fruits. His evidence, fruit cores found near my cave. Several white tigers claim they saw me leave in the middle of the night. A complete setup. But every white tiger here chooses to believe Glacius. After all, I am just an outsider mutt. I try to speak in my defense, but Frost King gives me no chance. He roars, "You filthy mutt, you defile our land, and now you steal our sacred fruit. This crime demands the harshest punishment." Frost King orders my limbs crippled and my body cast into the wild to die alone. Several powerful white tigers close in around me, eyes gleaming with cruelty. Snowbell tries to rush forward and stop them, but she is blocked. Looking at these high and mighty white tigers, the rage inside me finally breaks loose. System prompt. Player's emotional threshold has been reached. Use Bloodline Purification Serum early. Warning, early use will cut the effect in half. I do not hesitate. I activate it. A searing wave of energy detonates inside me. My bloodline boils. Power surges through every fiber. I slam to my feet and unleash a roar that shakes the earth, every ounce of rage and defiance packed into that sound. Every white tiger in the square flinches back. Glacius is the first to recover and lunges at me with a vicious grin. But what he does not know, I am not the same helpless tiger he humiliated 3 days ago. I slip past his strike and drive one claw hard across his face. The force sends him spinning across the ground. The entire square erupts, but more white tigers surge toward me. Frost King commands the entire clan to attack. Kill me where I stand. My power has grown, but against dozens of white tigers at once, it is still not enough. I fight to break out, using every ounce of combat mastery and system ability I have, forcing a gap open through the encirclement. The cost is brutal. Wounds cover my body. Blood soaks my coat. Just as I am about to break free, Frost King moves in himself. His paw crashes into my back. I cough up blood. Behind me, Snowbell lets out a wrenching, desperate roar. She tries to come after me, but several white tigers pin her down hard. I drag my broken body to the edge of a mountain cliff. The sky splits open with a downpour. Rain tears at my wounds. The pain nearly knocks me out. System prompt, critical damage detected. Player health has dropped to 15%. Emergency quest issued. Grow stronger within 7 days. Save Snowbell. Reward. Perfect grade Siberian Tiger King bloodline. Failure. Snowbell dies. The system shuts down permanently. I clench my jaw. A flash of cold fury burns in my eyes. I make a vow. When I return, the White Tiger clan will tremble, and I will bring you home. In the pouring rain, my silhouette fades into the dark, leaving behind nothing but a trail of blood, pointing into the unknown depths of the wild. I wander the wilderness for a full day on my shattered body. Blood loss blurs my vision. Just before I black out, the system alarm fires. Player is near death. Devour evolution mode force activated. Kill prey to restore health and gain bloodline points. I force myself to focus. I have to find prey. I follow the scent of blood and find the carcass of a wild deer. Before I can even get close, a dozen pairs of green eyes light up in the bushes. A wolf pack closes in around me. The lead wolf is massive, coat silver white, eyes sharp with cunning and cruelty. System prompt, Grey Fang, leader of the Grey Wolf Pack, peak savage beast. He sees easy pickings, a heavily wounded tiger barely standing. The rest of the pack grows restless, itching to move in. I laugh coldly. Even half dead, I'm not prey for a pack of wild dogs. They open with probing strikes, cycling in and out to drain me. I do not lash back blindly. I watch every wolf's position, every shift in Grey Fang's movement, hunting for an opening in the chaos. Finally, the moment comes. Grey Fang decides I am finished. He lunges in himself, going for the kill. The instant he reaches me, I explode into action. I take the hit head on and slam my paw into him with everything I have. Grey Fang's head reels. I pounce and lock my jaws around his throat. The rest of the pack tries to intervene, but I have already activated Iron Skin through the system. Their bites cannot break through. Grey Fang thrashes wildly in my grip, but the harder he fights, the weaker he gets. Just before he blacks out, I release him. Not out of mercy. The system cuts in. Grey Wolf Pack has recruitment value. Player is advised to demonstrate dominance and bring them into the fold. First military unit can be unlocked. Grey Fang collapses, gasping, eyes wide with fear and confusion. I say nothing. I walk to the deer carcass and begin feeding. System prompt, 50 bloodline points gained. Health restored by 10%. My wounds ease. I study the pack, and an idea forms. I drag my claw across the dirt, sketching out a simple pattern for Grey Fang, a hunting formation that uses the pack's numbers, cutting off prey from multiple directions at once. Grey Fang has never seen anything like it. He is stunned into total submission. Then I walk to a large boulder nearby, channel every ounce of strength into one strike, and bring my paw down. The boulder shatters. Shards fly in every direction. Every wolf in the pack drops to the ground trembling. Greyfang lowers his proud head and presses his nose against my paw. That is how wolves kneel. System prompt: congratulations player. Grey Wolf Pack successfully recruited. Title unlocked: Beast Lord. Faction panel now active. Current faction: Celestial Court. Forming. Members: 15 wolves of the Grey Wolf Pack. I look at this pack, and something fierce rises in my chest. The White Tiger clan threw me out. Sure, I would die alone in the wild, but they have no idea what I am building. Something this world has never seen. Not built on bloodline, built on strength and strategy. Greyfang steps to my side and growls his loyalty. I nod. 7 days. I will not just heal. I will become something they cannot stop. This pack is just the beginning. The system fires a new alert. Powerful energy surge detected 30 miles ahead. Warning. Multiple powerful presences are converging on the location. Moving immediately is strongly advised. My eyes sharpen. This is my chance. I lead the pack in a full sprint toward the system's marker. The closer we get, the stronger the energy pulses. Deep in a valley, I spot it. The Thunder Spirit fruit growing from an ancient tree. Deep violet blue, crackling with arcs of electricity across its surface. The energy it radiates is enough to make your heart seize. System prompt: Thunder Spirit Fruit, a rare treasure of the natural world. Consuming it grants lightning attribute attack power and massively boosts speed and burst power. Time to full ripeness: 10 minutes. I move toward it, and a dark shape rockets out of the tree line, moving at breathtaking speed. A leopard, black from head to tail, every line of its body sharp as a blade. System prompt: Shadowwind, leader of the Black Leopards, early Beast King. Specialty: extreme speed. Shadowwind has his eye on the Thunder Spirit Fruit too. He spots me in the pack. A flicker of caution crosses his eyes, but he does not back down. We hold our ground, neither of us willing to move first. 10 minutes until the fruit ripens. Making a move now only hands the advantage to someone else. I watch Shadowwind carefully. He keeps shifting position, hunting for the perfect angle to strike. His speed is his greatest weapon. A straight race and I might lose, but when speed is not enough, you use your head. I study the terrain. 3 sides walled by cliffs, one way out. The ground around the ancient tree, soft and loose in several spots. Natural traps. I catch Greyfang's eye and give him a silent signal. He reads it instantly. The pack fans out without a sound, sealing every key position in the valley. Shadowwind notices but does not care. At his speed, these wolves cannot touch him. Seconds tick by. The Thunder Spirit fruit glows brighter and brighter, nearly bursting with light. The moment it is almost ripe, Shadowwind moves. A black bolt of lightning streaking straight for the tree. I knew he would. The instant he launches, I slam my paw into a boulder beside the tree. It rolls directly into Shadowwind's path. He is forced to swerve, landing on the soft ground. His paws sink into the mud and his speed drops to almost nothing. I close in and engage him in close combat. Fast as he is, this mud kills every advantage he has. I use combat mastery to box him in tighter and tighter until he is completely on the defensive. While we grapple, the Thunder Spirit fruit reaches full ripeness and drops from the branch. Greyfang darts in exactly as I planned, snatches it up, and pulls back to safety. Shadowwind watches the fruit disappear, and despair crosses his eyes. He fights to break free, but I hold him completely locked down. System prompt: Black Leopard leader's will to fight is fading. Choose, execute or recruit. I release Shadowwind. He staggers back, watching me with wary eyes. I do not chase. I walk to Greyfang and have him bring the fruit over. Shadowwind expects me to eat it right in front of him. His eyes burn with humiliation and fury. Then I do something that stops him cold. I use my claw to split the Thunder Spirit fruit cleanly in half and push one half towards Shadowwind. He cannot believe what he is seeing. No beast has ever shared a prize like this with him. I hold his gaze, calm and steady, letting the action speak for itself. I am not here for a quick win. I am here to build something lasting. Shadowwind hesitates, then lowers his head and swallows his half. He steps toward me and presses his head against my paw. That is how he kneels. System prompt: Congratulations, player. Black Leopard leader Shadowwind successfully recruited. I swallow the other half of the Thunder Spirit fruit. A savage wave of energy detonates inside me. Lightning crackles and leaps across my claws. My speed and burst power surge to a whole new level. System prompt: Skill unlocked. Thunder Tiger Claw. Power level has broken through to Beast King. I stand in the valley, wolves and leopard kneeling around me, lightning surging through every vein. 5 days left on the 7-day deadline, and I have already transformed from a broken, dying outcast into a Beast King with a faction at his back. Then, a blood-soaked white tiger stumbles into the valley, spots me, and a flash of desperate hope crosses its eyes. I recognize it. A deserter from the White Tiger clan. The news it carries makes my chest go cold. In 3 days, Emberclaw, the Northeast Tiger King, is coming to take Snowbell by force. Refuse and the entire White Tiger clan will be wiped out. The deserter shakes as it speaks. Emberclaw commands hundreds of beasts. He wants the White Tiger clan's bloodline, and plans to swallow them whole through this forced marriage. Frostking has no power to resist. He has already agreed. My claws drive deep into the earth. Cold murder fills my eyes. The system pops up. Main quest triggered. Operation: Crash the Wedding. Requirements: reach the White Tiger clan within 3 days. Stop the ceremony. Defeat Emberclaw's forces. Reward perfect grade Siberian Tiger King bloodline. Innate skill, mind dominion. Failure, Snowbell dies. The system shuts down permanently. I accept without hesitation. System prompt: quest difficulty is extremely high. Use the advanced reward feature? I say yes. A massive wave of information floods into my mind, the full mechanics of mind dominion. I close my eyes and reach for the ability. An invisible pulse of mental energy radiates out from within me, washing over the entire valley in an instant. Greyfang and Shadowwind both look up at the same time, eyes wide with surprise. I do not need to roar commands anymore. My tactical intent transfers directly into their minds. I build a battle map in my head, marking out the White Tiger clan's terrain, Emberclaw's likely force positions, and our strike routes. Greyfang and Shadowwind receive it all in an instant. They rumble softly, full acknowledgement. This feeling is something else entirely. I finally have a real army. Over the next 2 days, I sweep through the surrounding forest with my forces. Every beast that ever had the nerve to push me around is now the prey. Mind dominion makes the wolves and leopards move as one seamless unit. Every enemy I take down, I devour, pulling in bloodline points. The system keeps confirming my power is rising. My wounds heal completely. My name starts spreading through this forest. Some beasts choose to kneel, some run. The ones who think they can test me become fuel for my growth. In just 2 days, my faction swells to over 30 members, and several of them are no ordinary beasts. On the morning of the 3rd day, I stand at the peak of a mountain, looking out over everything below. Today is the day Snowbell is forced to wed. Today is also the day I take what I am owed. I turn to face the dense ranks behind me. Wolves, leopards, bears, wild boars, all lined up in perfect formation, waiting. I send the command through mind dominion. Today we bring the White Tiger clan to its knees. We show those pure-blooded tigers who look down on everyone that bloodline means nothing. Power is the only thing that matters. Every beast roars as one, and the sound shakes the mountain forest. I throw my head back and unleash a roar packed with thunder splitting the sky. Then I leap from the peak and tear toward the White Tiger clan at full sprint. More than 30 beasts charge behind me. The ground thunders beneath us. The White Tiger clan's territory is decorated with lights and banners, but the mood is dead silent. Every white tiger keeps its head down, not daring to make a sound. On the high platform, Frostking sits in the chieftain's seat, his face hollow and defeated, every shred of authority stripped away. Beside him, a tiger even larger than he is laughs without a care in the world. System prompt: Emberclaw, Northeast Tiger King, Peak Beast King. Specialty Flame Power. Emberclaw radiates scorching heat, his coat a dark burning red, fire flickering in his eyes. He has brought over 100 beasts, sealing the White Tiger clan in on every side. This is not a wedding. This is a takeover, a naked act of force. Snowbell is shoved onto the platform, her eyes empty and blank. The fierce pride she once carried, gone. Nothing left but despair. Just as the ceremony is about to begin, Snowbell breaks free from her guards and rushes to the edge of the platform. She would rather die than surrender. Emberclaw is already prepared. His claw snaps out, and Snowbell crashes to the ground. Emberclaw snarls his way over to her, hooks a claw under her chin, and growls, "The White Tiger Princess is nothing special. After today, she belongs to him." Frostking tries to intervene, but Emberclaw's soldiers pin him down hard. At that exact moment, a tiger's roar charged with thunder tears in from the distance. It hits like a thunderclap, rattling the entire valley. Every beast looks up instinctively, turning toward the sound. The tree line goes dark. Dozens of beasts pour in from every direction. At the front is a powerfully built Siberian tiger, coat a mix of colors, but radiating a pressure that makes every heart seize. Violet-blue lightning crackles across his claws. With every step he takes, the ground is left scorched black. I have finally made it. One look at what is happening on that platform, and the murder in my eyes turns solid. I launch myself into the air, land on the platform, and swat away every beast in my path. Emberclaw's forces have not even processed what is happening before my wolf and leopard army surges in and pins them down. I land in front of Snowbell. She looks up and sees me. Tears flood her eyes. I gently wipe the blood from her face with my paw. Then I turn to face Emberclaw and every white tiger in this territory. A slow, dangerous smile pulls at the corner of my mouth, and I say what I came here to say. Anyone who touches her today will be destroyed by me. Frostking stares at me. Shock, fear, and deep regret all tangled in his eyes. Every white tiger trembles. The humiliation they dealt me has come back around. Emberclaw shakes off his surprise, lets out a furious roar, and ignites in flame. I meet his glare without flinching. Lightning surges across my claws, answering his fire. Two massive forces collide in the air. The entire White Tiger clan's territory shudders under the pressure. Before Emberclaw can strike, Glacius jumps forward, forcing himself to look calm while his voice shakes, sneering that even if I bring back a pack of wild dogs, it does not change what I am. I turn and look at Glacius. My eyes are as cold as a death sentence. This is the one who made me crawl under him, and he still has the nerve to open his mouth in front of me. I walk toward him slowly. With every step I take, he takes one back without realizing it. Glacius wants to run, but his legs refuse to obey. The aura rolling off me roots him to the spot. System prompt: player's current bloodline purity now surpasses that of an average white tiger. Glacius is facing total domination. I stare him down and make my offer. The day he made me crawl under him, today he crawls under me. Do that, and I let him walk. Glacius goes red. How could he ever accept that? He roars and charges at me, trying to claw back his dignity through force. But his attacks look laughably slow to me. I do not even use a single skill. Pure physical strength is more than enough to absorb everything he throws. His claws on my body feel like nothing. My iron skin is on a completely different level from what he can crack. With every exchange, Glacius grows more shaken. Everything he has built his pride on means nothing here. He gives me his best shot, and I do not even step aside. I just stand there and let my eyes tell him, the gap between us is too vast to cross. Glacius breaks. He tries to run. I press one paw down on his head and pin him flat. He thrashes wildly beneath my paw, just as powerless as I was under him back then. I lean down and hold his gaze, making him feel every bit of what I felt when he humiliated me. Then I release him. Glacius thinks I am actually letting him go. He scrambles up and starts to bolt. Then I activate Thunder Tiger Claw. Violet-blue arcs of lightning dance across my claws. I whip my tail, strike across Glacius with full force, raw power laced with thunder and electricity, launching him clean off his feet, and he crashes heavily at Frostking's feet. Glacius is scorched black, coughing blood, barely alive. His mouth opens, and all that comes out is another surge of blood. He loses consciousness completely. Frostking stares at Glacius, crumpled at his feet, then looks up at me, and his whole body begins to shake. It finally hits him. The one he drove away was never a mutt. He was a king capable of turning this entire forest upside down. The other white tigers collapse to the ground in fear, not one of them willing to look at me. I scan across them all, no emotion in my eyes whatsoever. To me, they no longer matter. I turn to face Emberclaw. A flicker of wariness crosses his eyes. He did not expect this. An early Beast King like Glacius, taken out in seconds, but he steadies himself fast. He is peak Beast King after all, and he has flame power. Emberclaw lets out a cold laugh. You have some tricks, but saving Snowbell from me is still way beyond you. The flames across his body detonate all at once. The heat is so intense the surrounding vegetation begins to catch fire. His full power unleashes, and the entire White Tiger Clan's territory becomes a sea of flame. System prompt: warning, Emberclaw's power far exceeds the player's current level. Proceed with extreme caution. Flame suppresses lightning-type abilities. I draw a slow breath. Lightning crackles across my claws, fierce and restless. This is going to be a brutal fight, but I have nowhere to go. Emberclaw charges at me with a wild laugh, fire twisting into a blazing dragon aimed straight at my face. I drive Thunder Tiger Claw forward to meet it. Lightning and flame collide in midair, erupting in a blinding flash. The shockwave sends white tigers flying in every direction. We both stagger back, then crash into each other again. This is a real Beast King battle. Every collision shakes the earth. But I quickly find the problem. Emberclaw's flames burn at a temperature my lightning cannot match. The system was right. Flame suppresses lightning. And worse, Emberclaw's combat experience runs circles around mine. He is a Beast King forged through countless real battles. Emberclaw's strikes grow heavier and faster, driving walls of fire up around me, cutting off every way out. I have no choice but to keep pushing forward, and every exchange tears me apart further. My fur scorches, my skin blisters, agony burns through every part of me. The system keeps flashing warnings, health at 70%, 60, 50. I clench my jaw and hunt desperately for any opening in Emberclaw's rhythm, but his experience leaves almost nothing exposed. Greyfang and Shadowwind try to move in, but Emberclaw's flames form a wall between us. They cannot get through. Emberclaw laughs, mocking me as nothing but a rookie who just broke into Beast King. Having the nerve to stand before him, he is going to show me what real power looks like. Emberclaw suddenly unleashes his finishing move. The flames condense into a massive sword of pure fire, and it comes down straight at my head. This strike carries every ounce of his power. If it connects, I am finished. I try to move, but my body has nothing left. I cannot. In that split second, a white figure comes flying in and throws herself in front of me. It is Snowbell. She takes the full strike with her own body. The sword of flame tears straight through her. Blood soaks her white coat in an instant. I let out a roar that tears from somewhere deep and raw. Snowbell collapses into my arms, making a soft, faint sound. Then her eyes close. My mind goes blank. Nothing left in me but rage. The only white tiger in this world who was ever kind to me, now lying here, her fate unknown because she saved me. My fury detonates. A force unlike anything I have ever felt surges up from within. System prompt: player's emotional level has reached the critical threshold. Hidden quest triggered. Wrath unleashed. Emergency system upgrade in progress. Ultimate skill unlocked. Godslayer strike. A massive surge of energy floods into my body. I feel my bloodline boiling, transforming. White light begins to glow through my coat, the power of white tiger blood. All this time, white tiger bloodline has been sleeping inside me, never once awakened, until now. I rise slowly to my feet. I hand Snowbell to Greyfang to protect. Then I turn to face Emberclaw. The killing intent in my eyes is almost something you can touch. Emberclaw feels the shift in me, and for the first time, fear appears on his face. I set Thunder Tiger Claw aside. Instead, I fuse lightning with white tiger bloodline. Violet-blue lightning laced with white radiance, a force that has never existed before. My entire body becomes a bolt of lightning, and I appear in front of Emberclaw in an instant. He tries to throw up a wall of flame, but I am already past it. Drawing on every fighting instinct from my past life as a champion, I lock onto Emberclaw and wrap around him completely. Then I pour everything I have into one single claw and drive it into his spine. Emberclaw screams. He fights with everything he has, but my strength has him completely overwhelmed. I pour the last of what I have and snap his spine clean through. Emberclaw's body goes limp. His eyes are full of fury and terror. He cannot understand it. A beast king who has ruled this forest for years, brought down by what used to be a mutt. Emberclaw crashes to the ground and goes still forever. The beasts he brought watch their leader fall and scatter in every direction. My wolf and leopard army gives chase, cutting them down or bringing them to heel one by one. I do not wait to see it finished. I rush straight to Snowbell. Her breathing is barely there, life hanging by a thread. System prompt: Snowbell's health has dropped to 5%. Use a healing item immediately. I tear through the system shop and finally find a life fruit. I redeem it without hesitation and feed it to Snowbell. Looking at her pale face, my chest clenches. The life fruit works immediately. Snowbell's breathing steadies. System prompt: she is no longer in critical condition. Rest is all she needs to fully recover. I finally let out a long breath and carry her carefully to somewhere safe. By now the outcome on the battlefield is no longer in question. What is left of Emberclaw's forces scatters under my wolf and leopard army's pursuit. Every beast that once swaggered around under Emberclaw's banner now only wants to survive. I direct the army through mind dominion, cutting down or recruiting every fleeing enemy. In less than half an hour, every single one of the 100+ beasts Emberclaw brought is either dead or kneeling. When the fighting ends, the entire White Tiger clan's territory falls into a deep silence. Every White Tiger who once looked down on everything around them does not dare to even breathe loudly. Frostking drags his battered body down from the high platform, trembling with every step. He walks up to me, and his legs give out. He drops to his knees in front of everyone. That single act shocks every beast present. Every White Tiger holds its breath, waiting to see what I do. I give Frostking one cold look, then turn and walk toward the high platform. I neither accept his apology nor reject it, because to me, none of it matters anymore. I stand on the high platform and look down at the White Tiger clan sprawled below me. My gaze and my aura say everything. I do not need apologies. I do not need regret. The White Tiger clan is now just one ordinary faction among many in the Beast Empire. I draw a deep breath. System prompt: ultimate reward being delivered. Ancient Beast God Aura. In an instant, a terrifying wave of bloodline energy detonates from within me. This is the ancient beast god's aura, the absolute command to submit, burned into the deepest layer of every living thing's instinct. The aura sweeps the entire forest like a tidal wave. Beasts for miles around turn toward the White Tiger clan's territory and drop to the ground. I throw my head back and roar, a sound that pulls the sky itself into motion. Storm clouds churn overhead, thunder rolls through them in answer. In this moment, I am no longer the abandoned mutt. Every beast that breathes, Greyfang, Shadowwind, and every beast I have brought into my ranks all drop to the ground, rumbling their submission. Every member of the White Tiger clan follows, eyes wide with awe. Snowbell, just barely awake, stares at me in disbelief and slowly walks to my side, leaning close. I stand at the edge of the cliff, gaze cutting through the forest and reaching far beyond, into the forbidden death zone, where no human has ever set foot. The system opens a new panel, outer forest fully unified. Next stage evolution path unlocked. Destination, the deep wilderness, evolve into a divine beast. The sun sinks in the west, stretching my massive silhouette out long across the land. Behind me, a sea of beasts that stretches beyond sight roars as one, hailing the rise of a new ruler. This is only the beginning. My journey has just begun. My father is a white tiger. My mother is a white tiger too. But I came out a Siberian tiger. My father was so furious, he went around beating every baboon in the area for 7 straight days and still could not explain what I was. In a rage, he left and never came back. My mother threw me away without a second thought. I never expected to be reborn into the body of a tiger cub, born into chaos from day one. Last time around, I had finally reached my breaking point, ready to end it all at the edge of a cliff, when I met Snowbell. I also accidentally activated the beast evolution system, and everything changed. I saved Snowbell from a mutant black bear, only to be dragged back to the White Tiger clan as a mutt. There, I was humiliated at every turn, forced to crawl under glaciers, framed for stealing the sacred fruit, and beaten nearly to death before being cast out. Armed with what the system gave me, I clawed my way back from the brink, recruiting the Grey Wolf pack, the Black Leopard leader, devouring the Thunder Spirit fruit, gaining the power of lightning, and using mind dominion to build my own beast army. When I fought my way back to the White Tiger clan, Emberclaw's sword of flame tore through Snowbell's body. To save her, the White Tiger bloodline hidden inside me fully awakened. I unleashed Godslayer's strike and cut Emberclaw down beneath my claws. The system rewarded me with the ancient beast god aura, bringing every beast for miles to its knees. The system then told me my next evolution path had unlocked. Target, evolve into the divine White Tiger. I let my gaze cut through the forest, reaching far beyond, into the forbidden death zone where no human has ever set foot, the deep wilds. I stand at the border between the outer forest and the deep wilds, with the territory I conquered through blood and fire at my back. I signal for the twin pythons to govern it in my absence. I am heading into something far more dangerous. Snowbell has grown into a peak beast king of the ice element. Greyfang and Shadowwind flank me on either side. I I take one last look at what I have built, and resolve hardens in my eyes. The outer forest has nothing left to offer me. To get stronger, I have to go deeper, into this land of death. The moment I cross the boundary, the spiritual energy density surges, and killing intent hits me like a wall. The trees here are so massive it would take more than a dozen bodies to wrap around one. Vines dangle with the remains of dead beasts. Barely 10 miles in, a savage presence locks onto us. Dozens of bloodthirsty demon apes close in from every direction. Every single one at Beast King level. The ones at the front are peak Beast Kings. I do not panic. I raise my right claw, lightning and flame weaving together. The lead ape roars and lunges. I slip aside, claws tearing through the air, thunder and flame detonating on impact. The peak beast king ape does not even get to scream. It is shredded in an instant. The rest of the apes freeze, then surge in with even greater frenzy. My 3 companions and I are thrown into a brutal fight. A ground-shaking roar tears out from deep in the forest. A beast 3 times the size of any ape here crashes through the tree line. The demon ape king, early beast emperor. It knows this terrain like the back of its hand. One command from it and the ape pack uses the landscape to herd us into a canyon. 3 sides are sheer cliff. There is no way back. The demon ape king hurls boulders down from above. Greyfang throws himself in the way to protect me and takes the full impact, ribs cracking, blood soaking his coat. Watching my loyal companion take that hit, I feel a fury I have never felt before, and something else, a wake-up call. The deep wilds are far more brutal than I imagined. Every fight here could be the last one. One wrong move, and we all die. And this is only the outer edge. What horrors wait further in? The demon ape king stands at the top of the canyon, amusement flickering in its eyes. I look at the wounded Greyfang, then up at the demon ape king looming above us. The killing intent in my eyes hardens into something solid. The canyon is a death trap. The demon ape king gives the order, and dozens of apes pour in from every angle, moving with precision and coordination, clearly drilled over a long time. I scan the canyon. Every advantage belongs to them. Greyfang's injuries make everything worse, but I do not panic. I close my eyes, and when they open again, a strange silver light pulses in my pupils. The advanced eye of insight I unlocked after breaking through to Beast King. With these eyes, the movement patterns of every ape become crystal clear. What looks like chaos is anything but. It is an ancient encirclement formation. The whole structure pivots on 12 positional anchor points. Destroy any 3 of them, and the entire formation collapses. I explode into motion, Thunder Tiger Claw firing in rapid succession, striking the 3 apes holding the key anchor positions before they can react. They drop instantly. The moment the formation shatters, the ape pack falls into brief chaos. Now, the silver light in my eyes blazes to full intensity. Mind dominion floods outward like a tide. The weaker apes begin turning on each other. The stronger ones slow down, their movements sluggish. Snowbell and Shadowwind read my intent instantly and launch a counterattack. Ice and Claws tear through the pack, and the encirclement cracks open. I do not run. I go straight for the demon ape king at the top of the canyon. Take down the leader first. That is the only way to end this. The demon ape king clearly did not expect me to still have this much fight left. But it is a beast emperor, and it reacts in an instant. 2 massive beasts collide at the canyon's peak. The shockwave from the impact shatters the surrounding rock. The demon ape king hits like a landslide. Every strike could split a mountain. But I push forward instead of back. Through every battle I have fought in the outer forest, my combat technique has been sharpened to its peak. As the demon ape king swings, I slip to the side and drive my claw precisely into its elbow joint. It roars in pain. Its other arm sweeps across. I duck under it and at the same time unleash the full force of my divine beast aura. This is the gift of White Tiger bloodline. Absolute dominance over lower tier beasts. The demon ape king is a beast emperor, but even it slows by half a beat under my aura. And that half beat is all I need. I seize the moment and clamp both claws around the demon ape king's throat. It thrashes wildly, but my combat mastery has reached a level where every joint lock is flawless. A sharp crack rings out, and the demon ape king's neck snaps. This early beast emperor falls dead beneath my claws. The instant it dies, a surge of pure bloodline energy floods into me. I devour it without hesitation, and the spiritual energy inside me ignites. The wall holding me at peak Beast King shatters. I break through to Beast Emperor. The aura of a Beast Emperor sweeps across the entire canyon. Every remaining ape drops to the ground instantly, trembling. I do not spare them a glance. I go straight to Greyfang. My loyal companion is in critical condition. He is stable for now, but without treatment soon he will not make it. Looking at him lying there so weak, something fierce rises in my chest. I need to become stronger, not just to conquer the deep wilds, but to protect the ones who follow me. And to get that strength, I have to go deeper into the most dangerous parts of the deep wilds and find a legendary medicine. A system chime rings in my head. Deep in the poison mist valley of the deep wilds grows a herb called dragon bloodgrass, capable of pulling someone back from the edge of death. I look out toward the depths of the deep wilds. Mist hangs thick over everything out there. Danger waits at every turn. But I have no other option. Without wasting a second, I set out for the poison mist valley with the wounded Greyfang. The location the system has marked is deep in the wilds, hundreds of miles from where we stand. Snowbell uses her ice element energy to stabilize Greyfang's condition. Shadowwind takes point and clears the path. We push through the dense forest at maximum speed. 3 days later, we reach the outer edge of the poison mist valley. The entire area is swallowed in dark green toxic mist. The air carries a corrosive bite. The ground ground is scattered with the remains of dead beasts, some of them Beast Emperor level. I draw a slow breath, circulate my spiritual energy, and bring Iron Skin to full activation. A faint metallic sheen rises across my skin, but it is not enough on its own. Snowbell understands without being told. Her ice element energy spreads outward and wraps around me in a layer of frost. The toxic mist freezes on contact, forming dark green crystals that shatter as they fall. Using this method, we press slowly deeper. Through the thickest part of the mist, the view suddenly opens, and an ancient stone structure appears before us. Walls covered in green moss, but still carrying the outline of something once magnificent. The ruins are surrounded by a massive nest of poisoned pythons, each one over 10 meters long, scales the same dark green as the mist itself, nearly invisible in it, at least 100 of them. Even the weakest are Beast King level. A few of the truly massive ones give off Beast Emperor energy, but the dragon bloodgrass is somewhere inside those ruins. I can already feel that surge of living energy. I signal Snowbell and Shadowwind to guard Greyfang, then slip inside alone. Using my Beast Emperor strength and Eye of Insight, I move past most of the pythons without triggering their senses, and reach the entrance to the ruins. Inside, it is dark and damp. Poison vines cover every wall. I move with extreme care. In the center of the ruins, on a stone platform, I find what I came for. 3 plants giving off a faint red glow, dragon bloodgrass. But just as I reach for them, from the shadows beside the platform, a pair of cold vertical pupils snap open. A python over 30 meters long slowly lifts its head. The energy coming off this creature goes far beyond an ordinary Beast Emperor. It is a mid-Beast Emperor, the Python Patriarch. What shocks me even more is that on the other side of the platform, an ancient jade vial sits quietly on the stone. It is sealed, but the energy leaking from it still hits me like a blow. A tremor that reaches something buried deep in my bloodline. Eye of Insight sweeps over it. System prompt, Ancient White Tiger True Blood. This single drop holds far more power than I can fully grasp. If I can absorb and merge with it, my bloodline will transform on a fundamental level. But the immediate problem is clear. The Python Patriarch has its eyes on me, and it has no intention of letting me walk out. The Python Patriarch coils beside the platform, its mid-Beast Emperor aura pressing down on me like a crushing wave. I have no way out. Greyfang cannot wait, and the White Tiger True Blood is a chance that may never come again. I draw a deep breath, spiritual energy surging through me at full force, lightning and flames swirling around my body. The Python Patriarch senses my killing intent. Its tongue flickers and a torrent of dark green venom shoots out. Everywhere the venom lands, the air hisses with corrosion. I throw myself back, but the venom comes like rainfall. I have no choice but to run Iron Skin at full power while thunder and flame form a barrier across my skin. The venom hits. The corrosive force crashes against the thunder and flame barrier, producing a shrieking sound on impact. Burning agony tears through my skin. Even Iron Skin is being slowly eaten away by this venom, but I push forward instead of back. I know that playing defense here means a slow death. Attack is the only way out. Lightning and flame twist together to their absolute limit across both claws. This is my most devastating technique, Godslayer Strike. It merges the power of thunder, the fire I took from Emberclaw, and the killing will of White Tiger Bloodline. The result is devastating. My body moves like lightning, closing the distance to the Python Patriarch in an instant. Claws tear through the air, carrying annihilating force straight toward the snake's head. The Python Patriarch reacts with terrifying speed, whipping its tail across to meet me head-on. The collision is thunderous. The walls of the ruins crack from the shockwave. When the dust settles, the Python Patriarch's tail has a wound cut deep to the bone. Dark green blood pours from it, but I am not unscathed. The Python Patriarch makes one final desperate lunge, jaws stretching wide, fangs driving into my shoulder. The venom hits my bloodstream immediately. My whole body starts going numb. My vision blurs. I clench my jaw and hold on, and drive both claws out one more time. The lingering force of Godslayer Strike lands precisely on the Python Patriarch's most vulnerable point. The blow finally breaks it. The Python Patriarch lets out a piercing shriek and crashes to the ground, but it is not dead yet. It still writhes in its death throes. I stagger back. The venom is spread through my entire body. My skin begins turning dark green. Every breath is a struggle. Then, Snowbell comes bursting in. She felt my crisis through our bond and fought her way through the pythons outside without stopping, carving a path through them with raw force. She takes one look at me and knows exactly what needs to happen. She charges to the platform, clamps the dragon bloodgrass in her jaws and turns to go. But the critically wounded Python Patriarch makes one last surge, tail sweeping toward Snowbell. She cannot dodge in time and get sent flying, but she does not let go of the dragon bloodgrass. She picks herself up and pushes the dragon bloodgrass into my mouth. The medicine dissolves the instant it touches my tongue. A surge of overwhelming vitality floods through me, clashing violently against the venom. My condition stabilizes, for now, but the venom is too potent. One stalk of dragon bloodgrass is not enough to fully counter it. Worse, a dense chorus of hissing erupts outside the ruins. Every python in the area has sensed the Patriarch's wounds, and they flood into the ruins in a frenzy. 100 pythons surge forward like a tidal wave. Snowbell and Shadowwind fight to hold them back, Two fighters cannot stop 100. Greyfang is already critically wounded. He has nothing left to give. I lean against the stone platform, the dragon blood grass and the venom deadlocked inside me. I watch more and more pythons pour in, then look at the white tiger true blood sitting on the platform. A reckless idea surfaces in my mind. Fight poison with power, swallow the true blood and force a breakthrough. But the risk is enormous. One mistake and my body tears itself apart. Standing at the edge of death, I stop hesitating. I grab the jade vial and swallow the drop of ancient white tiger true blood in one motion. The instant it enters me, a terrifying force detonates inside me, violent as a volcanic eruption. My body begins to convulse violently. A tearing agony tears up from the deepest part of my bloodline. This is what a true bloodline transformation feels like, and it is brutal. Three forces now battle inside me. The venom, the dragon bloodgrass, and the white tiger true blood, tearing into each other with my body as the battlefield. I have to enter a meditative state immediately, or these three forces will rip me apart. I sit cross-legged and force myself into stillness. Snowbell sees what I am doing. She understands immediately. She throws her head back and roars, ice element energy detonating at full force, building a wall of ice around me. Shadowwind and the badly wounded Greyfang drag themselves to stand guard outside it. 100 pythons crash against them in a frenzy, throwing themselves forward with no regard for their own lives. Venom raining down in sheets. Snowbell's ice wall dissolves faster than she can rebuild it. Shadowwind tears into the python mass with his claws, but wounds pile up across his body rapidly. Greyfang forces his broken body to keep fighting, locking his jaws around the throat of a beast emperor python and refusing to let go. But there are just too many. Snowbell's energy is nearly gone. The ice wall is fracturing everywhere. Shadowwind is soaked in blood, his movements slowing. Greyfang collapses in a pool of blood, fate unknown. The defensive line is on the verge of collapse. Dozens of pythons break through and surge toward me where I sit in stillness. At that razor's edge of a moment, a world-shaking aura erupts from within me. My eyes snap open. 4 colors of light pulse in my pupils, blue, white, red, and black, each one the power of one of the 4 cardinal forces. The white tiger true blood has fully merged. My bloodline is transformed at its very core. My bloodline has evolved from ordinary white tiger to the legendary 4 pillars white tiger. The 4 pillars white tiger, the most powerful bloodline in all of white tiger legend, commanding the 4 elemental forces of metal, wood, water, and fire. The power surging through me is overwhelming. The venom is completely gone, and I can already feel my level pushing toward another breakthrough. More than that, the bloodline transformation has unlocked entirely new innate abilities. I raise my right claw slowly as the python swarm crashes toward me, and the 4 elemental forces channel into a surge of sovereign metal energy, the sharpest and most lethal expression of the metal element. I flick my wrist, and countless blades of golden energy burst from between my claws, instantly filling the ruins with a terrifying metal storm. The sovereign metal storm. This is the area devastation skill my transformed bloodline unlocked. Countless blades of golden energy weave through the air like a net of death. The dozens of pythons at the front do not even have time to scream before they are shredded into pieces. The golden storm keeps expanding. Everywhere it reaches, pythons fall like cut wheat. The Beast King level pythons have no defense against sovereign metal energy whatsoever. Even several Beast Emperor level pythons are critically wounded. The entire ruins tremble under the force, walls carved with countless slash marks. In less than 10 seconds, every single one of the 100+ pythons is dead. The ruins run red. The ground is piled with what is left of them. Even the critically wounded python patriarch is torn apart in the storm. This clan that ruled the Poison Mist Valley for years is gone. I pull my claws back. The sovereign metal storm fades. I look at Snowbell, Shadowwind, and Greyfang. All 3 of my companions are battered and bleeding. I take out the remaining dragon bloodgrass and feed a portion to each of them. The medicine works fast, and all 3 begin to recover rapidly. Greyfang opens his eyes and feels the terrifying energy now radiating from me. Awe and joy fill his eyes. When I merged with the white tiger true blood, the phenomenon triggered by the bloodline transformation shook the entire deep wilds. The moment the 4 elemental forces erupted, a massive spectral white tiger appeared in the sky, and 4 colored light, blue, white, red, and black, blazed across hundreds of miles in every direction. This kind of phenomenon has not appeared in the deep wilds for thousands of years. It marks the birth of a supreme bloodline. Deep in the wilds, the 3 most terrifying presences in all the deep wilds. The 3 great overlords, each one a half-step divine beast. The shadow dragon Sparrow, ruler of the eastern sky domain of the deep wilds, carrying the dual bloodlines of dragon and bird, master of shadow and wind. It senses the white tiger bloodline energy, and greed flashes in its eyes. If it can devour the 4 pillars white tiger bloodline, the shadow dragon Sparrow's power would smash through its current ceiling and cross fully into the divine beast realm. 3 days later, I leave the Poison Mist Valley with my 3 companions, their wounds healed, and push deeper into the deep wilds. We are moving through a stretch of dense forest when the sky suddenly goes dark. A giant eagle over 20 meters long drops from above and lands in front of me. The eagle is entirely black, its feathers carrying a faint metallic sheen. A peak beast emperor. It is a messenger sent by the shadow dragon Sparrow with an ultimatum. The The eagle looks down at me with pure arrogance. The message it delivers is simple: hand over every treasure taken from the ruins and submit to the Shadow Dragon Sparrow forever. Refuse, and the full flying legion will be sent to destroy us. I listened to the whole thing without a flicker of expression. I slowly raise my right claw. Sovereign metal energy concentrates at the tip. Before the eagle can process what is happening, a blade of golden energy punches straight through its skull. A peak beast emperor messenger. Dead in one strike. The power boost from the 4 pillars white tiger bloodline goes beyond anything I imagined. I am still early beast emperor, but my combat power is no longer below peak beast emperor. I look at the eagle's body, a cold edge passing through my eyes. I know exactly what killing a messenger means. Open war with one of the overlords of the deep wilds. I do not care. If they want my bloodline and my treasures, they can prove with force who is the hunter and who is the prey. Snowbell uses her ice element energy to freeze and preserve the eagle's severed head. I find the tallest ancient tree nearby and leap to the very top and hang the head where everything for miles can see it. This is my answer to the Shadow Dragon Sparrow. It is also a declaration to every living thing in the deep wilds. I do not respond to threats. Anything that comes for my life should be ready to lose its own. The news spreads fast. Every beast in the deep wilds is stunned to learn that someone has openly defied one of the 3 great overlords. Countless beasts watch from a distance, waiting to see just how much power this white tiger beast emperor, who triggered a bloodline phenomenon, actually has. When the Shadow Dragon Sparrow receives the news, it lets out a roar that shakes the sky. It has ruled the eastern deep wilds for thousands of years, and has never once been challenged like this. It immediately orders its entire flying legion to assemble, with orders to tear this overconfident white tiger apart. I stand at the top of the tree, looking out across the horizon. I know what is coming, but I am ready. The 4 pillars white tiger bloodline does not just bring power, it brings a fearlessness that has no bottom. On the 3rd day the sky goes dark, not from the setting sun, but from the sheer mass of flying beasts blotting it out. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow itself is over 50 meters long. Its wingspan blots out the light. Every feather on its body weaves black and purple, each one pulsing with shadow energy. Its half-step, divine beast aura presses down on the earth like something solid, and every beast within 10 miles trembles. I look up, completely calm. I saw this coming from the start. I have prepared thoroughly. Against a flying legion with total air superiority, a head-on fight means getting picked apart one by one. I need to outthink them and turn their greatest advantage into their worst weakness. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow wastes no time. One command, and the flying army descends like a storm cloud. I immediately pull back with Snowbell, Greyfang, and Shadowwind into the dense forest. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow sneers, certain I am running, and orders the army to give chase. But it quickly realizes something is wrong. My retreat is precise and deliberate, keeping us under forest cover at every step. Inside the forest, I've already reached out through mind dominion to every beast in the area. They may not match the flying legion in individual power, but they are numerous and they know this terrain. Under my command, they break into small units and harass every flying beast that dives down. When a giant eagle swoops in, several savage beasts explode out of the underbrush, claws tearing. Elsewhere, a group of flying serpents chases a ground beast straight into an ambush of swarming poison insects. The flying legion is powerful, but the tangled terrain of the dense forest strips away most of their edge. They are hemmed in at every turn. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow reads what I am doing and furiously orders a full-force dive, overwhelm everything through sheer numbers. 10,000 flying beasts diving at once. The sight is staggering. But this is exactly what I have been waiting for. The moment the flying army reaches its lowest point, I burst out of the forest. I raise both claws above my head, and sovereign metal energy rages into them. This time, I am not simply unleashing the sovereign metal storm. I compress all of it and set it spinning, forming a golden tornado that rockets into the sky, the sovereign metal cyclone. It screams upward, thousands of metal blades spinning at devastating speed. This is not just an attack, it is control of the air itself. Everywhere the cyclone passes, the atmosphere is shredded into violent turbulence. What was open sky becomes a death trap in an instant. The hundreds of flying beasts at the front are pulled directly into the cyclone and cut to pieces by the spinning blades. More beasts lose all balance in the turbulence. Their wings are torn by the chaotic currents. They cannot stay airborne. They drop from the sky like heavy rain, hitting the ground dead or broken. Even the Shadow Dragon Sparrow itself is knocked around, its massive frame lurching through the chaotic air. I do not give it a single moment to recover. More sovereign metal cyclones launch skyward, one after another, until the entire sky is consumed by golden vortexes. Flight has become impossible. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow finally understands. Staying in the air means being destroyed piece by piece. It lets out a furious roar and descends to the ground on its own. With the Shadow Dragon Sparrow down, the rest of the Flying Legion follows. An army that started above 10,000 is now fewer than 3,000. My strategy worked. The Sovereign Metal Cyclone stripped them of their greatest advantage, control of the sky. Now the battlefield is on the ground, in close combat, and this is exactly where I am strongest. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow lands, shadow energy surging around its entire body, half-step divine beast aura unleashed without restraint. It glares at me, fury burning in its eyes. An early beast Emperor White Tiger has forced it to this point. The greatest insult to its dominance it has ever suffered. I roll my claws and let a cold smile settle on my face. The air war is over. The real fight is just beginning. Shadow energy rolls across the Shadow Dragon Sparrow's body as it lands, forming a shield of black and purple. It opens its massive beak and fires a beam of shadow energy, warping the air itself wherever it passes. I twist to the side. The shadow beam grazes past me and blasts a bottomless hole into the cliff behind me. I do not fall back. The 4 pillars white tiger bloodline gives me what I need to stand against this. Eye of Insight opens fully, mapping a path through the gaps in the shadow storm. My body moves like a phantom, and I close the distance to the Shadow Dragon Sparrow's flank in an instant. Close combat. This is where I am most dangerous. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow is powerful, but its sheer size becomes a liability on the ground. My combat technique, sharpened through countless life and death battles, has reached its peak. I know the skeletal structure and weak points of every living creature. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow's claw sweeps across at me. I press forward instead of back, dropping low, slipping under the strike, while my right claw finds the precise angle into its wrist joint. Sovereign metal energy detonates, cutting a wound through the hardened scales. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow recoils in pain. Its other claw crashes down at me, but I have already used the impact to launch myself upward, landing on its back. From there, Eye of Insight sweeps across its entire body structure. I find my target fast, the skeletal joint where the wings connect to the torso. That spot is protected by dense muscle and thick scales, but hit the right angle and the damage is lethal. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow twists its body frantically, trying to throw me off. Shadow energy erupts across its back, forming countless spikes, but my limbs are locked onto its scales, and no matter how it thrashes, I do not move an inch. My combat technique has a hold called the collarbone lock, designed specifically to target the critical joints of massive beasts. Both claws engage at once, snapping precisely onto the skeletal anchor point at the base of the Shadow Dragon Sparrow's left wing. The position is so difficult to reach that the Shadow Dragon Sparrow cannot get its own claws there. It can only lash at me with shadow energy. But iron skin combined with the 4 pillars force holds against the shadow corrosion as my claws squeeze tighter and tighter. Crack. The first bone fracture sounds. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow screams, the bones of its left wing beginning to give. I do not stop. I know I have to keep pushing without pause. Sovereign metal energy floods into both palms, razor force cutting through flesh and bone. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow goes completely berserk, pouring out shadow energy with no restraint, its entire body igniting in black-purple flame. My skin chars and blisters, but I clench my jaw and hold on. Both claws wrench with everything I have. A tearing sound like the world splitting open. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow's left wing tears away. Its shriek echoes across the entire deep wilds. Without one wing, its balance is completely gone. The massive body crashes to the ground. I press the advantage and go straight for the right wing, and do exactly the same thing. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow fights desperately, but there is nothing left it can do. Another tearing crack, and the right wing comes off too. Stripped of both wings, the Shadow Dragon Sparrow loses all ability to fight. It lies in a spreading pool of blood, the arrogance in its eyes replaced entirely by fear. I do not hesitate. My claws drive into its throat and end the fight. The bloodline energy of a half-step divine beast floods into me, a fullness I have never felt before. I sit cross-legged right there and absorb the bloodline. The spiritual energy inside me ignites and races. Early Beast Emperor, mid-Beast Emperor, late Beast Emperor. My level rockets upward and finally settles at peak Beast Emperor. More importantly, the Shadow Dragon Sparrow's flight ability has passed to me. I can now move through the air at will. I open my eyes, push off lightly, and I hang in the air. The sensation is extraordinary. I am no longer bound to the ground. The surviving flying beasts around me witness this, and drop to the earth one by one. Their ruler has fallen. By the law of the deep wilds, everything the defeated possess now belongs to the victor. I look down at the beasts kneeling below me, and something fierce swells in my chest. I have fought my way from the outer forest to the heart of the deep wilds and taken down one of the 3 great overlords. But I know it is not nearly enough. After bringing the Shadow Dragon Sparrow's remnants to heal, I pull a stunning piece of information from the prisoners. Deep in the most unreachable part of the deep wilds, there is a region known as the Forbidden Death Zone. It is shrouded in mist year-round, and almost no one who enters comes back. But legend says the secret to becoming a divine beast is hidden somewhere inside. Every overlord of the deep wilds across every generation has tried to find what lies inside. None ever returned. And the entrance to the Forbidden Death Zone is deep inside the same ancient ruins I explored before. I only went in far enough to take the dragon bloodgrass and the white tiger true blood. Now that I am far stronger, it is time to uncover what those ruins are truly hiding. I gather Snowbell, Greyfang, Shadowwind, and a portion of the former Shadow Dragon Sparrow forces and return to the ancient ruins in the Poison Mist Valley. This time nothing stands in my way. I go straight to the deepest part. Behind the stone platform, a passage descends into the earth. At the end of it sits a stone door covered in ancient inscriptions. The door gives off a faint glow, clearly ancient beyond measure, yet still holding power after all this time. I reach out and touch it. My 4 pillars white tiger bloodline resonates with the inscriptions. The stone door slides open, revealing a deep underground passage beyond. A faint light glows at its far end. I go through, and the passage opens into an enormous underground cavern. At its center spins a vortex of strange light. That is the entrance to the Forbidden Death Zone. But in front of it coils a monstrous beast over 100 meters long. The heavens swallow following Titan Croc, the last of the three great overlords and the most powerful of them all. It is twice the size of the Shadow Dragon Sparrow, covered head to tail in scale armor as hard as rock, each plate radiating an earthen yellow glow. Its peak half-step divine beast aura presses down like an entire mountain range. Just its presence bends the air around it. The Titan Croc slowly opens its eyes, ancient eyes that look as though they have watched ages of history pass. It speaks in a human tongue, its voice deep and absolute. It tells me it has guarded the entrance to the forbidden death zone for 3,000 years. Every being that wishes to enter must first defeat it. There is no threat in its words, just the calm of something stating plain fact. It says the secrets inside the forbidden death zone are not for everyone. Only the truly strong may enter. Defeat it, and I earn that right. I feel the terrifying energy coming off this creature. This is the most powerful opponent I have ever faced. The Shadow Dragon Sparrow was also a half-step divine beast, but compared to the Titan Croc it clearly fell short. I do not step back. Battle fury burns in my eyes. The fight ignites in an instant. I strike first. The sovereign metal storm howls out, countless golden blades slashing toward the Titan Croc. Then something stops me cold. Blades that can cut through beast emperors leave only faint white scratches on the Titan Croc's scales. This is the Titan Croc's innate gift, absolute defense. Its armor has been tempered over 3,000 years into something almost incomprehensible in its hardness. I launch attack after attack, Thunder Tiger Claw, Godslayer Strike, even the full force of the four pillars. None of it leaves any real damage on those scales. And even more terrifying is what the Titan Croc does next. It opens its massive jaws, and a horrifying pulling force reaches out from within. This is not ordinary suction. It is Devour Power, capable of consuming any matter and any energy. I feel my body being pulled toward those jaws without my control. The spiritual energy inside me is being drawn out. I fight against it with everything I have, all four claws digging into the stone floor, but the Devour Power is overwhelming. I am about to be pulled in. Snowbell acts in time. Her ice element energy erupts beneath my feet, forming pillars of ice that hold me in place for the moment. But it is only a stopgap. The Titan Croc's Devour Power keeps intensifying. I realize that, against a creature with absolute defense and Devour Power, every conventional approach is useless. I have to find a completely different way in, or this fight is already lost. But the Titan Croc does not give me time to think. Its tail swings like a battering ram. I barely dodge, but it catches my flank, and I am sent flying dozens of meters, shattering several stone pillars on impact. I force myself back to my feet, blood running from the corner of my mouth. The force behind that single hit is terrifying. Even with iron skin and the four pillars force protecting me, my internal organs still took the shock. The Titan Croc does not press the attack. It simply watches me, and something close to appreciation passes through its ancient eyes. It says, "You are strong, but not enough. To defeat me, you must grasp a higher order of power. The secrets of the Forbidden Death Zone are beyond what you can carry right now." I wipe the blood from my mouth. The battle fury in my eyes does not dim. It burns brighter. I close my eyes and trace back through every step of the path that brought me here. Outer forest to the deep wilds, Beast King to Beast Emperor. Every single breakthrough happened at the edge of death, and now I need to exceed my limits one more time. The four pillars force inside me begins moving in a way it never has before. I feel something entirely new awakening. This force does not belong to any single element. It transcends all of them. Reaching straight toward the source of existence itself, light begins to rise from my right claw. Not the gold of sovereign metal, not the red of blazing fire, but pure white light. Something shifts in the Titan Croc's eyes. For the first time, there is surprise. It feels threatened. The white light on my right claw grows more intense with every breath, the result of compressing every force I possess to its absolute limit until something fundamental transforms. The Four Pillars force, the White Tiger bloodline, the essence of every combat technique I have mastered. Everything becomes one in this single moment. I understand now that true power is not about how wide it spreads, but how much of it you can compress into a single point. Divine Judgment Strike, the finishing technique I grasped at the edge of death. I pour every ounce of power, every intention to protect, every ounce of fighting will, and compress it all into the tip of one claw on my right hand. This strike carries more than raw power. It carries understanding of the fundamental laws of existence and the true nature of force itself. The Titan Croc feels this energy, and what was surprise in its eyes shifts into gravity. It knows that if this strike connects, even absolute defense may not be enough. The Titan Croc holds nothing back. Devour Power detonates at full force. The entire underground cavern is consumed by the pulling force. At the same time its scales begin to glow. Defense pushed to its absolute ceiling. I push forward step by step against the terrifying pull. With every step, the ground beneath me shatters, showing exactly how much force is bearing down on me. But my gaze is iron steady, the white light on my right claw blazing brighter and brighter, like a star on the verge of going supernova. 10 steps. 5, 3. When only 3 steps separate me from the Titan Croc, I explode into motion. My body moves like lightning, crossing the final distance in an instant, right claw driving straight toward its skull. The Titan Croc opens its massive jaws, trying to swallow the strike whole, but Divine Judgment Strike is too fast. Faster than space itself can respond. the white light pierces through everything. The absolute defense the Titan Croc built its entire existence around crumbles before this single strike like it was never there. The white light enters through its forehead, drives through the entire skull, and exits from the back of its head. A catastrophic force detonates inside the Titan Croc, destroying its mind completely. The heaven-swallowing Titan Croc, the most powerful overlord of the deep wilds, falls beneath my divine judgment strike. Its colossal body crashes to the ground and throws dust into the air like a storm. The entire deep wilds feels the tremor. Countless beasts look toward the ruins, stunned. I stand beside the Titan Croc's body, feeling the power surging through me. After devouring the Titan Croc's bloodline, my level has reached the threshold of half-step divine beast. One final push and I will break through, but I do not rush it, because the Titan Croc's last words have shaken me to my core. Using the last of its strength, it spoke in broken fragments. The Forbidden Death Zone is a trap. There is no opportunity inside, only a snare. Every overlord across every generation was. Before it could finish, the Titan Croc went still, taking the rest of its secret with it out of this world. I stand there, stunned. The Forbidden Death Zone is a trap, completely opposite to every legend I have heard, but the Titan Croc had no reason to lie in its final moments. That means there is a truth hidden inside the Forbidden Death Zone that no one knows. Every overlord of the deep wilds who entered and vanished. Perhaps it was never about lacking strength. Perhaps they all walked into something deliberate. Snowbell moves to my side. Worry shows in her eyes. She can feel what is happening inside me and she understands the danger the Forbidden Death Zone holds. Greyfang and Shadowwind close in around us. They are willing to follow me inside, even if what waits ahead is a point of no return. I stay silent for a long time. Then I lift my head, and the uncertainty leaves my eyes, replaced by something solid. I know the Forbidden Death Zone may be a trap. I know what lies ahead is full of dangers I cannot predict, but that is exactly why I have to go in and see for myself. The Titan Croc's warning has only made me more determined. I want to know what kind of force could trap every overlord of the deep wilds throughout all of history. And deep down I have a feeling that the secrets inside are tied directly to my fate. The Four Pillars White Tiger bloodline, the ancient ruins. None of it is coincidence. Something unseen has been guiding me toward the Forbidden Death Zone all along. I make my decision. I will only bring Snowbell with me. Greyfang and Shadowwind will stay outside, commanding the beast army and holding the deep wilds. If I make it back, the deep wilds will enter a new era. If I do not, at least the deep wilds will have order, and will not fall into chaos. Standing before the vortex at the entrance to the Forbidden Death Zone, I look back one last time at the world behind me. From the outer forest to the heart of the deep wilds, from a nameless outcast to the sovereign of every beast, I have walked a road of blood and fire. And now, something even greater waits ahead. I draw a slow breath and step into the vortex with Snowbell. White light swallows us whole, and we disappear into the entrance of the Forbidden Death Zone. The vortex turns slowly, as if whispering secrets without end. And somewhere deep within the vortex, a pair of eyes slowly opens, watching me step through, and the corner of a mouth curls into a cold, knowing smile.